Hi, my name's Kathie Carlson, and I serve with Inner Life Ministries. Devotional thought that I wanted to share today starts from the prologue in John Ortberg's Soul Keeping book, and he just tells the briefest story about a little village high in the Alps that is fed by beautiful spring water and has a stream that comes through that's clear and takes care of everybody, and people rejoice in its beauty and how it takes care of the village. And that there's a little man who lives up high in the springs, even above that, who just keeps those springs clear. When branches and debris fall into it, he clears it away. And at one point, the village decides, well, maybe we just don't need to have him do that anymore, and they stop paying him to do it. And as debris and refuse start to fall into the springs, it begins to muddy the water that the village experiences. And Ortberg just writes about the cost of that to their souls, to their health. And eventually, in this little short prologue, the little town decides, hey, that's a good investment. And they start to pay the keeper of the stream to keep that water clear, and that crystal clean water returns to the village. And I love it because Ortberg ends that piece with, the life of the village depended on the health of the stream. And the stream is our soul, and we're the keeper of our soul streams. And it makes me think each time I read it of Proverbs 4:23. And in John 7, Jesus talks about rivers of living water flowing out of us if we know him. And Proverbs 4:23, as it talks about good instruction from a father, says, keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. I grew up a child of the 80s, and I felt like every time someone said, be sure to guard your heart, for out of it life flows, often the guarding felt like just really be careful, make good choices and good decisions. Guard your heart to make sure it doesn't get polluted with too many R-rated movies or bad jokes or bad behavior. And really, one of the things that I've loved about years of walking with Jesus is I just see this verse as so much more now. That the value of guarding my heart is because it is the wellspring of life where God does his most amazing work. And in connecting with the vast, deep, perfectly clear, perfectly sustaining springs of the Father's heart, that begins to be what flows out of my heart. And it's not even really me protecting it so much, but being attentive to say, you know what, stuff is going to fall in the stream. Branches fall in, refuse falls in, my own poor choices do fall into my stream. And so what does it look like to make sure that that stays clear and to cooperate with the Father so that the streams of my heart stay clear, so that I can do what I long to do, which is to love others out of the abundant overflow of God the Father's love in me, of Christ and the Holy Spirit's work in me. Ortberg also quotes Dallas Willard frequently in the Soul Keeping book. And one of the quotes right after the soul stream story, The Keeper of the Streams, is from Dallas Willard in his book, Renovation of the Heart. Our soul is like a stream of water, which gives strength, direction, and harmony to every other area of our life. When that stream is as it should be, we are constantly refreshed and exuberant in all we do. Because our soul itself is then profusely rooted in the vastness of God and his kingdom, including nature, and all else within us is enlivened and directed by that stream. Therefore, we are in harmony with God, reality, and the rest of human nature and nature at large. I think that we were wired to be in harmony with God the Father and all of his creation, and with our own hearts and with each other. And even on this broken side of heaven, we can experience that. It's never going to be perfect until we get home, but that we are made for connection. And that's one of the pillars of Inner Life Ministry. We believe that we're made for connection. And we also believe that everything flows from our hearts, from our inner life. And so I just invite you today to be refreshed by the Father, to talk to him about your soul streams, to ask the keeper of the springs, our God, and maybe others with us in community, safe, trusted friends, to say, is there anything muddying my soul stream that's getting in the way of being fully refreshed by the Father so that I have a full, beautiful stream flowing that I get to experience the sweetness of, and it flows out and blesses others. We are blessed to be a blessing. And I am just so encouraged that the Father's never weary in that effort and never spurns us when we say, Father, would you check the streams of my heart, and would you keep them clean for me, and would you refresh and renew them?